All right, folks, let's get back to business. Thanks for being here. Looking forward to get going with TCG Card Simulator with all of you once again. It's going to be a good one today. You asked what we're going to be doing? Let me tell you about it. So today, let's actually get into intermission mode. There we are. So today, actually, under intermission, we'll just take up the whole screen. All right, so today, I had to adjust my audio a little bit. We're going to be doing a couple of really interesting things today. Welcome to today's stream. We're going to be diving deep into the roots of our trading card business. So what does that mean? Well, there's some things that we kind of skipped before we got into doing all the business, and including crafting our history. You know, in order to build a successful, thriving business, well, we need to know where we came from. So we're going to spend some time crafting our history, and also to build a thriving business, we need to have a resource map. Like, we need to know what we have, what we need, actions we got to take, and this includes inside our business, outside our business, with partners in the community. So we're going to look at what resources as a trading card shop could we have at our disposal. So we're going to build a resource map. Next, we're going to do a risk assessment, because with doing business comes lots of risk, and so that's the whole thing about being an entrepreneur or a business owner, is that inherently everything you do is one giant risk analysis that you have to do on a constant basis. And so a lot of people wonder, well, why do CEOs make so much money? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they handle risk all day long, and not only just their own risk, but everyone else's risk. Like, the whole entire company is essentially in their hands. So they're balancing one giant risky proposition from one moment to the next. And so that's why CEOs, entrepreneurs, problem solvers are so valuable inside of in companies, right? Is because, and it's not to say that other people aren't risk takers. Certainly everyone is making a risk in one way or another inside the business. It's just that how much risk do you take on? You'll probably find that the higher the risk in the role, chances are the higher the rate or the pay, the reward is going to be. Risk and reward always go together. So we're going to look at our risk assessment. Okay, so we're going to see what that looks like. We're going to build a risk assessment for our business. And then lastly, if we can get to it all in time, we'll see. We'll do all this stuff, of course, in between our rounds of gaming. Lastly, it's going to look at our social value. So the other component about running a business is that we want to be a good steward inside of the community. People like that. It's good for business. And so some of the things that we're going to do is we're going to look at and examine what kind of social value can our store DeckFlex be providing to the greater good, the greater humanity, so that we're being purposeful with mission, with vision inside our business, with social value. And guess what? We're going to do all this with AI. So we're going to get AI to help us create all this, because we could sit here, I could ask you, hey chat, what do you think our vision could be? And we could go back and forth, and we could rewrite it and write it and write it and write it and get writer's block, and then write it again and take a couple of revisions, and that will work. That is obviously a really good way of doing things, but we're going to use AI for this, Chat GPT, in fact, and none other than Snoop Dogg. So Snoop Dogg is going to be our Chat GPT business partner. If you haven't seen this stream already, it's going to get interesting. It's going to be cool. So thanks for being here, by the way. And also, for those of you who think a lot of this stuff sounds interesting, guess what? We actually have board. We have a board that we're forming. So we're going to form a board of directors. And so if anyone wants to be interested in joining the board of directors, all you have to do is put board, B-O-R-E-D. No, not that board. The other board, B-O-A-R-D. Right? You can put either board. Put either board in chat. I don't care how you type it. If you want to be a board of directors, first person to put board in chat will become a board of director of DeckFlex, and I'll tell you more about that later. But it's going to be fun. We're going to build a strong foundation of growth within our growth plan. So if you're working on a growth plan, you're trying to solve problems, you got a business, you're entrepreneurial, you got a, you want to be a leader in sales, marketing, lead generation, customer acquisition, technology, AI, you're curious how to write a business plan. There's probably a lot of different ways that you can get value from this stream today, and I hope that you do. So to do that, you can always ask questions too. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to use your emotes. Feel free to like. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to follow. Feel free to engage in any way or no way if you don't want to. That's fine. But here's what we're going to focus on today. So we're going to create a narrative for our business. We're going to build a resource map to identify what we have and what we need. And then we're going to conduct a risk assessment and so that we can prepare for challenges. And then we're going to reflect on the social value and the responsibilities of our business. So that's what we're doing today. But you're not here to listen to me, are you? Maybe you are. Maybe you're just here to watch me play video games, and that's fine. However you are, it's okay. Let's load up our trusty game. Let's see where we're at. Day 71, $21,769 on hand. We're on a journey to $1 million, which cash on hand, ideally, right? So we want to become $1 million. Want to have that $1 million business. If you're trying to have $1 million, just put million in chat. If you're not, say nothing. That's fine. You can be quiet. And we're loading up our game. Welcome to Deck Flex, everyone. If this is your first time here, welcome. It's nighttime, so we're probably closed or just closing. Things are kind of weird on the boxes outside, but that's all right. It's 9 p.m., so we are closed. And yeah, sorry guys. Even my cashier's gone. So that means I guess I'll have the cash. Check this guy out. We won't leave you hanging. All right. It's kind of weird. I loaded up and all my employees are gone. So here's our store. It's a card store, trading card. We got items that are on the shelves or the wire shelves in the back. We got individual high value cards that are being sold out there. And we make money by people buying these items. We also make money hourly by people sitting at these little tables and gaming with each other. And that's pretty much it. All right, so we're at the end of our day. And so we're going to let the numbers roll. And let's see, day 71, we posted a negative profit of $70. That's too bad. We were so close there for that to that positive profit, but that's okay. So we're going to bring up our let's see, we're going to bring up our DeckFlex spreadsheet, and we'll get that on screen here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring Snoop Dogg in, and then let's bring our spreadsheet in as well. Perfect. Okay, so we saw the numbers. I'm going to go ahead and crunch the numbers here real quick. So let's go ahead and we'll go to day. Oh, wait, we already did day 71. So I think maybe the save didn't save all the way. It says we were negative 70, although here it says negative. So it's a slight, marginally different. Let's see where we're different. 91. Oh, yeah, these ones are a little bit different. All right, so I'm just going to update today to match this. Yeah, because I thought we started in the morning, so must have not just saved all the way, which is fine. These all look good. Revenue 4013.04. So we actually were marginally better than we were the time before. But our profit was negative 70 and 16. Okay. All right, so let's see. Yesterday we had one green metric, one yellow, and 2 reds. So that was essentially what would happen yesterday. We're going to go back into our game. Let's get another whole day going. All right, so hey Hut, welcome back. We're going to see where our daily time is going to be spent. So, time management, super important when running your business. So right now we're going to set the day's intention, have a team meeting, check our reviews, and pay our bills. So that's what we're going to do before we even open the store, okay? So to set today's intention, I'm going to go ahead and rely on our none other than our business partner here, Snoop D-O-double-G. And we're going to have to get him on the horn here, and he'll let us know what the intention is. All right, here we go. Hey, Snoop. good news. We just are about to start day 72. We're back live with our stream chat on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. We're going to be showing today people how to create a history of the business. We're doing a resource map, and we're also going to be doing a risk assessment and social value assessment. It's going to be a really great stream. But why don't we go ahead and start off with the intention and team meeting. All right, so we'll get that information over to Snoop, and Snoop he'll chime in pretty soon with his thoughts. So look at both our employees are just hanging out here. Yeah, we're all here ready for the team meeting. Let's see here. Might just have to remind Snoop to activate. Let's see. I wonder why they got the exclamation marks over them. It's like they're going to be asking for a raise. I bet you that's what it is. They're like, it's like they're not working today. You're gonna have to do everything. We're one thing we do with our days as well is we actually set a. We've been setting a. So hold on a second. I need to clear my cache, I think, because ChatGPT's been like really sluggish sometimes. All right, let's try that. All right, good thing the game isn't moving in real time. It's still 8 a.m. All right, so we did get Snoop is on the phone now. Hey Snoop, can you hear us? Are you able to hear him chatting us?
Hi, what's good, fam? Welcome to day 72. Let's set the vibe right for the day. Today's intention is legacy. We're diving deep into the roots of what makes this business tick, building a history, mapping out resources, understanding risks, and bringing out that social value. That's legacy in the making, y'all. All right, team, let's huddle up real quick. Zachary, my shelf stocking champion, let's keep that inventory shining and organized for the customers. You're like the curator of our treasure chest. Manning, my counter specialist, you're the first smile folks see when they walk in. Let's hit them with that energy and make every checkout smooth as silk. Now remember, we're not just running a business here. We're building a story, creating something people will talk about for years. Every pull, every game played, every satisfied customer. That's a piece of the puzzle. Everyone's got their hour of rest today. So let's use that to recharge and come back strong. And for our stream family out there, stay locked in because today's all about showing how business isn't just numbers. It's the people, the risks, the values, and the vision that make it thrive. Let's get it, team.
All right, yeah, let's go get it, team. I think they're amped to go, so let's open it up. They are amped. Look at them. They are charged up. They're rested. Everyone's rested. We're ready. All right, so some other things I needed to do in the morning here is check reviews and pay bills. So let's do that real quick. Just gonna check reviews from the prior day. Even current day is fine too. I'm just gonna look for anything that's like low and try to understand what's going on. Those singles are so expensive. We know who buys them. That sells car. Okay, so price, looks like price sensitivity on the singles. Well, that's really it. There was only like a couple of bad ones. Also, we got to pay our bills. Make sure, because these start to stack up real quick. It's not due for 5. I'm going to spread this out though, so let's go ahead and pay. We'll pay just rent right now. Kind of get ahead of that. And then let's do some pulls because, as a business owner, I'm not trying to do too many activities inside the store. I try to have Manning and Zachary do all the activities. But here we go. My job is to try to find these high value cards. And I get these epic pulls. So that's what we're looking to do here. Alright, well, we found one high value card we could throw out for sure. Let's go to our Destiny line. Here it is, and we'll mark it 20 over market price. And let's fill up some of these other ones too. Just people love to get these singles. Wow, these are so low in price. $2 for these, man. What's going on? Oh, good. Okay. It's been going up lately. That's because of the event that I've been hosting, so I'll keep pulling cards here. Oh, wow. So I'm going to pull cards till about noon, and then I'm going to start letting our employees take an hour of rest, and then I'll take an hour of rest, and then we'll work on some on-the-business stuff for the later half of the day. That's probably when we'll start to work on like the business history, the resource map, the risk assessment, and so we'll mix all this kind of in as we do a little bit of gaming, a little bit of like learning, tie it all together, hopefully make it make sense. At some point it'll make sense. And if it doesn't, that's alright too. Doesn't need to make sense. Just make it whatever you want to make it. Alright, it's almost noon, and that's when our shelf stalker Zachary will go on break. One good one there. Wait, what's that? 20? The value's at 23. I need to adjust this higher. Okay. What's this one at? Kind of high. Alright, where's Zachary? It's time for a break. Go ahead, rest. He'll be on rest till about 1 o'clock, and then we'll put Manning on rest, and then maybe I'll just do a few more pulls while Zachary's resting. Oh, it's 1 o'clock, so Zachary needs to come back from break. Go back to stock shelves. Manning's on break now. You can rest till 2. I'll just cover for Manning while he's taking his break. Maybe if I had another employee, then I could actually just have like the 3 of them rotate duties throughout the day. That would probably be nice. 78. Alright, it's almost 2, and that's when Manning will come back to the counter. Alright, let's go get Manning. Now it's my break, which, you know, I gotta get out of the business for an hour for lunch. They're just to stretch legs, you know, get fresh air. So we're just gonna walk around the neighborhood like we usually do. Takes about an hour. Go from end to end on these blocks. It's as far as I can go. I want that pizza though. $5.95 for the hot and ready. And what's that? That is a top blue exclusive fashion. And there's a Zaka over there. All right, anyways, let's go back. We're done with our 1 hour break. Back in business. All right, so now we're gonna work on the business. We're gonna do the afternoon check-in with Snoop. So that's the first thing we'll do. Just kind of give a quick little update. Hey Snoop, I love the intention around legacy, especially as we look at our history and try to define where we fit inside the universe. So here we are, day 72, midday check-in, 3:20 p.m. We're sitting on $21,883, and everyone has had their break. Let's hopefully we hit our KPIs today. All right, so we'll just sending that as a text to Snoop. He usually likes to respond with those voice messages, so once we get that response, we'll probably have a little bit for us to interact with.
Hi, that's what I like to hear. Y'all taking those breaks and keeping the energy flowing.
Yes, we are.
Sitting on $21,883 by midday. That's solid progress. Now let's keep that momentum rolling and hit those KPIs like pros.
Yeah, we do have some really important KPIs that we want to hit. One of them is our dissatisfaction rate. We want to make sure our dissatisfaction rate stays nice and low. Don't we, Snoop?
Legacy ain't just about where we've been. It's about where we're heading. Let's stay locked in on those goals, keeping dissatisfaction below 20%, hitting that sweet conversion rate, and stacking those profits to keep that cash flow looking right.
All right, perfect. Love it. I'm inspired.
Remember, every move we make today adds to the story we're building. Let's finish the day strong, fam. You got this.
Let's do it. Let's finish the day strong. It's getting dark. I need to get back into the game actually and turn the lights on. Here we go. So we usually turn them on by around 4 o'clock. Day's almost through. We're still working on the business as much as we can. And I think the one thing we should work on now actually is our history. So let's start going back and forth with Snoop on that. Hey Snoop, let's go ahead and start working on building out the history of our business inside our growth plan. I'm going to go ahead and give you a template of something that I've used in the past, and I'd like for you to interact with me and build a history of our business. We might need to fill some context, so I'm sure you got some questions for me. All right, so we're going to use GPT to help us in creating a history narrative right on the business. And so to do that, I'm actually going to be going to a prior growth plan that I've created. I created it through this Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. And as part of the program, which if you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, strongly recommend you checking out this program. And they are throughout the United States and even worldwide now too. I think they're have expanded into the UK, and they provide technical training and networking and a community right for business owners to connect, learn, and build a growth plan essentially. So I am building this all from a structure that it works. Right? We'll put it that way. And so you guys are fortunate here, very, very fortunate here to be learning, right? Like you're going to be learning aspects of like what other entrepreneurs and in our small business community are actually taking on here to grow their businesses. So we got a bit of a structure that we're going to fill out. I'm actually going to feed that structure all to Snoop, ChatGPT AI partner, and then Snoop's going to look at all that stuff, and then from that we will be creating, I'm sure there's going to be some questions back and forth that we're going to have to kind of interact with a little bit. So we'll see what we get. It looks like we're getting close to our final day
All
or
right.
final hour of the
Let's
day.
dive into the story of your business.
All right, let's do it. So, how are we going to do that, Snoop? How do you suggest we dive into it?
I've got you. I've got you with some questions to pull out the details we need. Then we'll craft it into a strong narrative that hits all the right points for your growth plan.
All right, that sounds good. So, in fact, so Snoop's brought us back some questions like what's the starting point, by whom, why was it started, the business, what type of business, the legal structure, when was it, where is it located, the growth journey, what are the decisions made along the way, have there been major changes, mission statement, etc. You know, so there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of questions that are being prompted. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. It's asked me like 13 questions here. I could spend a lot of time looking at all these questions and spending a lot of time like typey, and like, you know, my fingers will hurt after all that, right? So instead of actually typing this all down, I'm just going to go back to narrating, narrate all this information down, and we'll see what we get here. So I'm just going to go from the starting point, and then I'm just going to rattle. Now I'm going to narrate back. Here we go. So we started this business 72 days ago. And the inspiration that came to launch it was to, practice growing a business and to, learn from it, but also share the experience of growing a business with a broader community through live streaming. It was started by myself, Media Garcia, and Snoop Dogg is our ChatGPT AI partner. We also have a board of directors, but we actually don't have board of directors, but we're soliciting for people to join our board of directors. So if you want to become a board of director, just type board in chat and we'll get you the application to become a board of director. All right, so the type of business, we created ourselves as an LLC, a limited liability company. And the things that we provide are items, which are, card packs, boxes. We sell plushies and like cleanser, card sleeves, board games, deck boxes, placemats. We also sell time at our table, so when people come and they play games at our shop, they pay an hourly rate. And we're located in downtown St. Paul, Minnesota. That's where we're located. Congratulations. And where's our growth journey? So major decisions made along the way. Well, we have decided to expand. We started very small. We expanded over time. We decided to focus a lot on tables. We have a lot of table space. We've also taken on the second shop that's next door to us, so we could have a little bit of warehouse space, but it also has a lot of tables in it as well. We've hired 2 people, Zachary and Manning. Has there been any major changes? Not necessarily. We've just been unlocking licenses to new products and expanding our product mix, expanding our store, and we don't have any marketing, specific marketing campaigns. No sales campaign. We're B2C, right? So we're just we open the doors, people come in. And we don't have what seems to be a lot of control over that, other than maybe what we can control over setting the price of our game time. Important metrics, we define these in the dashboarding section of our growth plan, but what the important key metrics are is revenue, profit, percent dissatisfied rate, percent conversion, which is the conversion between visits and checkouts, and if everyone on our team took a break and had rest. Major customers, major customers are, we don't have a lot of customer information, unfortunately, with our game. We have to create sometimes test data to fill that void. And it's also not clear what kind of competitors we have, but we know we have competitors because there is a market price that we typically have to price over or under from. And sometimes in our reviews, people reference that there are other card shops, and that sometimes, especially when our price is too high, people will complain about the prices or the price of our cards at our card shop. Anything else? So we've integrated AI into our business. The business owner is trying to run this autonomously as much as possible, and is also trying to get to this, to $1 million, right? Our goal is to have $1 million cash on hand with this business. And that is what I have to say. All right, so we're gonna word vomit dump, whatever you want to call that. It's just the longest run-on sentence for everyone. Everyone tuned out for that 6-minute dialogue I just gave, but this works. I mean, it'll come up with something, right? So we'll see what Snoop comes up with. I'm sure it will be effective. I'm sure it'll be enticing and interesting. Oh, look at this! It's got like a really nice narrative. Okay, well, let's get into our story then. I'm curious what Snoop has to say about our thriving business here. I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just handle some of the things that we need to handle in the background here of the game.
The story of our business, DeckFlex. 72 days ago, DeckFlex was born from an idea that combined entrepreneurial ambition with a vision for community engagement and education. This business wasn't just about selling products, it was about sharing the raw, real experience of growing a business in real time. Needy Garcia, the founder, partnered with Snoop Dogg, not the rapper, but their iChatbot, to create a new kind of business, one that embraces innovation, interaction, and transparency. Together, they streamed the daily hustle and progress of DeckFlex to a global audience, creating a unique blend of commerce and community building. DeckFlex is structured as a limited liability company LLC, giving it a solid legal foundation while allowing flexibility to adapt and grow. Located in downtown St. Paul, Minnesota, the business caters to lovers of card games, board games, and tabletop culture. Its offerings include card packs, boxes, plushies, card sleeves, board games, deck boxes, and play mats, as well as hourly table rentals for on-site gaming. The growth journey from the beginning, DeckFlex has been about learning, iterating, and expanding. Starting small, the business made critical decisions to grow strategically. One of the major moves was leasing the adjacent shop to expand both storage capacity and gaming tables, doubling down on creating a welcoming space for gaming enthusiasts. The team also grew, with Zachary and Manning joining the operation to help manage daily tasks and interactions with customers. Major changes have been incremental rather than seismic, with the focus on unlocking licenses for new products and expanding the store's inventory. Marketing has remained organic, relying on customer visits and the live stream growth journey to spread the word. Pricing remains a key lever for influencing customer behavior, particularly in the competitive world of card shops. Key metrics of progress: DeckFlex thrives on data-driven decision-making, focusing on the following key performance indicators: KPIs, revenue, the lifeblood of the business, track daily to measure growth, profit, ensuring that the business remains sustainable and scalable. Percent dissatisfied, monitoring customer satisfaction to keep dissatisfaction below 20%. Conversion rate, the ratio of visits to checkouts, which provides insight into customer engagement. Team rest, ensuring that everyone on the team, including the owner, takes breaks to maintain productivity and well-being. Challenges and competition. While DeckFlex thrives on AI-driven innovation, the game itself limits access to granular customer data, leaving the team to create test data to understand customer behavior better. Reviews occasionally mention competitors, indicating that pricing is a key factor for customers. Despite the lack of explicit marketing campaigns, word of mouth and pricing strategies are essential in maintaining a competitive edge. The vision and legacy: DeckFlex isn't just a card shop, it's a movement, with the eye as an integral part of operations. The goal is to run the business as autonomously as possible while striving toward the ambitious milestone of $1 million in cash on hand. This journey isn't just for profit. It's for the experience, the lessons, and the community that grows along the way. Through live streaming, DeckFlex has created a space for its audience to not only witness but participate in the making of a legacy.
That's right, folks. You're actively involved in the creation of legacy. So this is really good information. So I think this can actually suffice as our history. It's a perfect history. So again, we got our history. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to find that we have the growth plan that's being created right now, actually. So let me pull that up here. So you might have saw this from last time. This is what our growth plan looks like. We're building it out. Let me see if I can make that a smidgen larger. Let's see. View. get that to do that. Might just have to zoom out a little bit. Okay, well, let me go back to editing. This is our dashboard and metrics where we talked about different kind of dashboards and things we want to follow, different key metrics. Now I'm just going to paste this right in here. So this is the story. We're getting into the history of it. Good. So you got our history created. Let's go back to the game. Had a good day actually over, 2,400 on the day. So we already lost 400 on the day. That's going towards our event that we do. Let's see if we need to smell good stuff on the other side. Our employees are showing up. All right, start of the day. So we're going to set our intention, and then we're going to have our team meeting. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pump the numbers to Snoop here. And then we're going to have Snoop analyze the like real briefly the numbers for us and just give us any kind of insights that he may want to provide. And then we'll ask for the intention and then the team meeting. Hey Snoop, hope you had a nice night. It's day 73 in the morning. Here are the numbers from yesterday. Just give us a brief analysis on the numbers. Then I would like for you to set the intention on the day and then have a brief pep talk with Zachary and Manning, what their activities are going to be for today. Oh no, I lost it. I lost my dictation. I have to do it again. Hey Snoop, hope you had a good night. It's day 73, 8 a.m. We're about to open the store. I'm going to give you the results from yesterday. Give us a brief analysis of that. Then set an intention for the day and tell me what it is and why you picked it. Then have a brief pep talk with the team to give Zachary and Manning their direction for the day. All right. So that we're going to send this voice note to Snoop, and then we're going to pump the numbers, and then we'll give it a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and just check up on our reviews. That's another morning activity that we're going to do. So let's see if we got any bad reviews. Buying carts here feels like a scam. Okay, so he probably feels like the prices are too high. And then what else do we got for reviews? All right, here, I think Snoop's ready for we're gonna pay one of our bills. Let's just pay the salaries today. I'll just pay one every day, so that way it's not too much to handle at once. Let's see, where is... All right, there's the team. Let's go ahead and let's just start with the yesterday's analysis with Snoop.
All right, team, let's dive in. Here's the rundown for day 72. Yesterday's analysis. We closed the day with $21,722.93. Cash on hand. Revenue stayed strong at $4,436.21. And everyone took their breaks, so team rest is solid. However, the dissatisfaction rate crept up to 13% above our ideal target of 15%. Conversion hit 24%, which is steady but could be stronger. Key wins. High game earnings at $2,420.21. Showing strong engagement, solid. Team rest and productivity metrics. Key, challenge, dissatisfaction. It's time to dig deeper and keep improving.
All right, so let's go ahead and get on with our team meeting then. Snoop, what do you want to say to the team?
Morning pep talk. Zachary and Manning, gather up. All right, team, let's start strong. Today is all about creating memorable experiences. Zachary, focus on stocking the shelves and ensuring the layout makes it easy for customers to find what they need. Presentation counts. Let's keep it tidy and inviting. Manning, you're at the counter, so you're our main connection point. Greet everyone warmly, share your excitement, and make each interaction count. Remember, we're aiming to bring dissatisfaction under 15% today. Every little step you take, whether it's helping someone find a card or chatting with them about their favorite games, makes a big difference. Let's make day 73 one to remember.
All right, let's do it. We got the pep talk from Snoop. I think we're ready to go. Paid our bills. We got our event is good to go. We're opening the store. Now we're just going to do our morning, fill the cards. We'll fill some cards and then we'll pull some cards as well. Actually, let's just pull right now. Actually, no, I'm going to pull these red ones. It's been a while since we've had a really good pull. I think it's these red decks that I got those 4-figure cards once. That was amazing when that happened. Alright, let's see. Do more red cards. Let's see. Big money, no whammies, no whammies. That's a good one. Big money, big money, big money. There we go, Jigga-Jaw. Let's put our Jigga-Jaw out there. It's kind of high in price, so it's probably too high. Buy more red ones. At noon, the breaks will start. That's good. If you liked what you've seen so far, this is what we do at Media Garcia. We help businesses use tools and AI and custom apps to grow their business. Our contact information is on our channels, and you can get a hold of us to have a complimentary session where we'll strategize any kind of problem that you have around growth, whether that be in your marketing or sales, or just coming up with different strategies, different tactics. We do a lot of things from lead generation, customer acquisition, and more. Alright, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to buy more of those red ones because I just burned through them all. So unit price is 440. Oh, that's also 440. It doesn't seem like there's like any advantage to buying these ones other than that you just get more in a bigger box, which is too bad. Well, that's fine, whatever. Just get more in fewer boxes. Let's see here. How are we doing on other stuff? We could use yellow and green of those battle decks. black and white dye, it looks like. Those ones go up pretty quick, it seems. So I'll get 2 of those. Anything over here that we need? Don't look like it. Oh, maybe those ones. Oh, some placemats. 2 placemats in the clear sleeves. Could probably use more cleanser. Alright, that's kind of a lot. It's probably going to mean that I have a non-profitable day, but we spent a lot on inventory, so we'll make it back. Alright, oh gosh, I forgot about breaks. It's 2 o'clock. Oh no. Alright, we'll start with Zachary. You can rest. So Zachary will rest till 3. In fact, I'm just going to have them both rest. I'll just do both of their activities. Yeah, like an extra $1 pack. That's fine. Give me a good review. This guy's taking all the cleanser. Thank you. Come again. 28. Alright, team's gonna come back about 15 minutes after the hour. And then we'll do our midday check-in with Snoop. Alright, yeah, let's go. They've had enough time for just restock shelves. You man the counter. And let's go ahead and get a half-day check-in with Snoop. We'll just send him a voice memo. Hey Snoop, midday check-in day 73. We're at 19,637. I did spend probably about $2,000 on inventory, so we're sitting on a bunch of inventory. But that also might mean that we don't post a profit on the day. So hopefully we do. Fingers crossed. All right, we sent that voice message over to Snoop. We'll see if he sends us a voicemail back. May or may not. We'll see. It's busy, you know. Let's see here. All right, we're good on smell stuff. Alright, looks like we did get a response from Snoop, so let's just listen to what he had to say about where we're at for midday.
Where we're at. Midday check-in on day 73 and sitting on $19,637. Solid cash flow, but with that $2,000 inventory spend, we're betting on the future. No stress, though. That's an investment in growth. Inventory means we're ready for those big sales days ahead.
All right, well, I'm glad he's knows it's all right that, you know, we're in this, the inventory is a sell, right? So that's the whole point, sell the inventory. It's time to turn the lights on. All right, so now let's look at our resource map. So we're going to work on our next working on the business activity for the day. And that is going to be to build a resource map. So let's go ahead and look at what that really means, right? So when we're building a resource map for our business, we're really just taking an assessment of like, what do we have at our, what do we have or what do we need to have, right? Those are big questions. What do we have? What do we need to have? And with that information, we're able to come up with different types of actions that we might want to take in order to fill our plan, right? So the resource map is an iterative growth plan tool designed to help you take an initial assessment of your current stock of resources. As you develop your growth opportunities, you should revisit this tool to identify additional resources needed and eventually develop a plan to fill any resource gap. So this exercise can be completed right here, right now. We could be looking at different aspects of our resource map, including what kind of like human resources do we have? What social resources do we have? What organizational resources do we have? What physical resources do we have? What technological resources do we have? What financial resources do we have? From that, we can take a look at what I have, what I need, and action steps for all of that, right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and prime our ChatGPT partner here with the information that they need to do this. So I'm going to spend just a moment. We're going to let the game run, and I'm going to go ahead and just get this prepared. So we need organizational resources. We're going to need physical resources. And we'll feed kind of the structure to GPT to then prompt us on like different kinds of questions and things that we might want to have asked of us so that we can continue to build out our growth plan. All right, I think we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and I think I might have put this in the wrong spot. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that is the wrong spot. Okay. All right, here we go. Hey Snoop, let's go ahead and start working on our resource map. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a structure for it, and then feel free to like take liberty to come up with answers to some of this stuff if you feel like you already know what the answer is. But if anything you don't know the answer on, just go ahead and ask me a list of questions that you would need in order to fill out the resource map for our company. Everything we want to know, what we have, what we need, and action plans. All right, so we'll send that information over to our partner. Snoop, you'll see it's about to go in. He's churning. He's thinking about it. Pretty soon we'll have our map, and it's almost end of day 2. So if we can actually finish our resource map before the end of the day, well, it won't be before end of day, but before everyone clears out for the day, I think that would be special actually if we could figure that out. All right, it looks like we have a pretty good map already. Let's go ahead and see what Snoop created for us. So we can see this human resource map here. It says, you know, what I have, and I'll just bump this up a little bit. So maybe, oops, for those on our mobile devices. Hopefully this can be a little bit easier to read. Here, I gotta zoom back out. All right, here we go. Here's our resource map. So we can see, I'm gonna start from the top again. So let's build out these resource maps together. What is that gonna entail, Snoop?
I'll start filling in what I know about your business and add placeholders for where I might need input. For the parts I don't have enough context, I'll throw some questions your way so we can get everything mapped out.
Excellent. So here we are with human resources. What I have myself, Media Garcia, entrepreneur, live stream host, and business strategist. We have Snoop Dogg AI, your AI business partner offering analytics strategy and hype, right? We have staff, which is Zachary's, focusing on stock and shelves and managing inventory, manning and expanding the counter, sales and customer engagement, right? There are no formal specialists like accountants, bookkeepers, or legal counsel. Nope, we don't have any of those. And then, what do I need? A bookkeeper, true. We don't have one, and we kind of might have to act as our own for now, and maybe we could we could show what it's like probably to manage books as a CEO, right? Or the risk of managing your own books as a CEO, and why having a bookkeeper and account is really important for your business. A business attorney for legal guidance, contracts, and growth planning, also a very good call out. So those are potentially things these are definitely things we need. Potentially marketing specialist. Yeah, let's do that. We can get into marketing tactics and ideas and different things like that. So I like this. It's a great part of the plan. So action steps, right? Research local bookkeeping or virtual financial services. Identify affordable legal resources or business attorneys. Definitely consider adding marketing talent. All looks good to me for our resource maps. Okay, so next on the resource map, resources and networks. Let's see what... we'll go ahead and let Snoop talk about our social resources.
What I have: online communities and live streaming platforms, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, custom base built through store visitors and stream engagement, word of mouth, network from customers and local players. What I need: membership in relevant trade associations, for example, local business organizations or card gaming leagues, partnerships with other card shops or distributors.
Yeah, those are all pretty good. So researching local or national card game associations for memberships, that could be interesting. And then we could show how we like tap into those organizations, associations. We could probably find lists of companies, list of people who belong to them, sponsors and etc. Right? So there's likely some really interesting things that we could potentially do there around our kind of environmental resources. What about our organizational resources, Snoop?
What I have: culture, collaborative and growth focus, with an emphasis on fun and community, systems, basic inventory and sales tracking in place, reputation, positive vibes from your live stream and community engagement. What I need: more formalized systems for inventory, employee management, and performance tracking, recognizable branding in store and online.
Yeah, that's true. So we don't have, I have no sense of inventory. I have no idea how many products I have on my shelf, how many products are in these boxes sitting on the ground or on these warehouse shelves. I have no visibility into that. All I know is that there's stuff there, right? And that's really difficult because it's I don't know how much value is on my shelves. I don't know if I have $10,000 of product, if I have 20, right? What's sitting there as an asset waiting to be sold and turned into cash, right? So that is a more sophisticated inventory system would be really great. Employee management too. Yeah, right now I have no tools for employee management or performance tracking. I can't see how quickly is Zach stocking shelves, or how many boxes does he go through a day, or is same with Manning, right? How fast are your checkouts, and all that stuff is super important for us to track. So we could definitely look at how we could build playbooks, standardize operations, branding, the importance of branding. We could definitely talk about that and how we could use signage. We can't actually probably do it in the game, but we can talk about it, right, and come up with things like that as well. So physical resources. Snoop, what are we looking at for physical resources?
What I have: downtown St. Paul store location, expanded second space for tables and inventory storage, card packs, board games, and gaming accessories as inventory, tables and chairs for in-store gameplay. What I need: upgraded furniture or equipment, for example, ergonomic chairs for players, better storage solutions for expanding inventory.
All right, well, that's good. Yep, we got our location. They're saying an expanded second space for tables, and yep, so we got that too. We got all the inventory that we have. Tables and chairs for in-store gameplay, definitely. Upgraded furniture for equipment, ergonomic chairs for players. Well, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Better storage for expanded inventory, yes, definitely too. All right, so those are good. They're not as critical, I think, for me, but let's get on to our technological resources. Why don't you tell us about that? What's going on there?
Eye-driven insights, Snoop Dogg the Eye.
I do.
POS system for in-store sales.
We do have a POS
Streaming
system.
Platforms to engage broader audiences.
Yes, we do.
What I need: inventory management software integrated with POS for tracking and forecasting.
That would be good.
Simple CRM tool for managing customer engagement and promotion.
Well, hey, a simple CRM tool. Guess what? We could use HubSpot. Media Garcia is a HubSpot solution partner. We're actually a platinum solution partner, so we've used the tool for the past 8 years. Have onboarded, migrated, customized, done everything nearly under the sun with the tool. Brought it to its limits, brought it to its knees. Who knows, right? It's just we've done a lot of things with HubSpot, and it's a great tool. So we definitely, and actually the last stream we did bring in HubSpot and showed how to integrate HubSpot and create test data and load that test data into HubSpot so we could actually do some sort of CRM functions. That definitely will be something that we continue to revisit as we grow our business here. So here's some other things. research. Oh, look, see, it does mention HubSpot as well here too as well. So I'm really excited about that. And then budget for integrations of new tech solutions like that. So that's really good. Snoop, while I go on to the financial resources, can you just start with what we have for financial resources?
Cash on hand, $19,637 as of midday, day 73. Positive daily cash flow and ability to reinvest profits. Limited financial tools, no credit line or formal banking relationships.
Yeah, we have no credit line. Yeah, there is no bank I can go to in this game necessarily. Again, we could probably mimic what a banking relationship would look like, or what a credit line could potentially look like. Those could be interesting aspects to introduce into the game. What do we need
A business
around
line
financials?
of credit for cash flow
Yeah,
flexibility.
we would.
Improved credit rating if applicable.
Yeah, for sure. Those are all good. So here are the questions to kind of fill out this plan. So we kind of heard where Snoop was at. I think it's heading in the right direction. There's some other questions here. I'm going to go ahead and just go into like a deep narrative around this, and just go ahead and just talk and address these questions. We'll let Snoop come up with a final version of our resource map, and then we'll put it into our growth plan. All right, to answer your question, Snoop, so you can produce a final resource map for our growth plan, you asked first around human resources. Do we have any certifications or formal training? Yes, we have. We're actually truly a digital marketing agency with HubSpot solution partner and HubSpot certifications. We also have Shopify certifications for e-commerce, and then we also have Salesforce talent, and we also for CRM, but we're not going to probably use that inside our business here. Maybe if we were to get into like more inventory and ERP long term, but right now we're not doing that. And then we also are Six Sigma Black Belt certified, and I also have a certification as a Agile Scrum Master, although it's expired, but I believe in Agile practices. All right, so let's look at social resources, local events and expos we participated. Actually, we haven't, and we don't know what kind of events or expos we should go to. So we're definitely needing to look at more of that. Any regular player groups or that could act as brand ambassadors. We don't have a loyalty program or an ambassador program, so that definitely could be something that we need. Organizational resources. Have we gotten any customer feedback? We do have reviews that we can lean on. Actually, every day we get reviews from people, so we can definitely look at that. We should be doing something with those reviews. And then we have, do we want to implement employee perks or training programs to enhance team culture? Yeah, I think we definitely are definitely interested in like performance tracking and maybe like leadership coaching, or just any type of training to make our employees more effective. Absolutely. Physical resources. Is there enough space in the current store for future expansion? Yeah, we do actually have some expansion opportunities still, so we can still expand, I think, a few more times and add more things to our store. Technological resources. Are we open to cloud-based systems for inventory CRM? Yes, absolutely. We should show how we can integrate different types of technologies, create test data for all that kind of technology that wraps around, builds greater context for our business, and can kind of build a greater narrative and understanding of our business. We'll definitely get into that. Right now we're just in growth planning mode. And then finally, financial resources. Do we already have a business bank account? No, we're actually I think this is just like Bitcoin. I don't know how we take our cash and then we go to an ATM and we convert it to Bitcoin. So we don't have a business bank account, and I don't have a personal banker right now. And so we definitely need a banker for all that. So those are the things that we need. Can you update a resource map for me so that I can copy and paste it into our growth plan? Thank you so much, Snoop. All right, chat. Thanks for hanging by while you listen to that. The longest run-on sentence that you might have heard in your life, but it's just kind of keep going. It's just let the stream of conscious loose, like let the AI kind of deal with it, right? It's gonna do whatever it wants with it, and so rather than focusing or trying to, who knows, maybe AI will just make all humans talk like this in the future. It's we just don't even do punctuation anymore, because we all have little AI little things in our ears, and it's going to just take all the information and just format in a way that's more sensible and logical for us, and all we have to do is just talk. Okay, so hopefully we don't get to that point, but let's copy our resource plan. This looks fabulous. We spent 10 minutes on this. Who has a resource plan here? Type resource plan in chat if you have a resource plan, or you can say yes resource plan, no resource plan. And if you don't say anything, I'm assuming that you don't have a resource plan. All right, so we'll go ahead and get our resource plan here. So look at this, it's starting to take shape. Some of the formatting is a little bit different and whatever, that's fine. But this is what we created yesterday. We went and we created our dashboards and metrics, which we decided different types of metrics that we wanted to track along the way, and the KPIs and all that good stuff. Then we created a historical narrative. That's what we actually did a little bit earlier. So we're talking about the business, our growth trajectory, what are our key KPIs, challenges, vision, and legacy, right? So now we made the resource map. So here we go. Human resources, what do we have? What do we need? Action steps, social resources, same thing. Organizational resources, on and on, right? So we are building all of this very quickly, but yeah, let's just get back into it. It was a long night. Let's just get to the numbers. We haven't even got to the numbers yet. Each one of these days is taking a little bit longer and longer to get through because we're packing so much good stuff in between all these days. So what we're gonna do, yeah, we were negative on the profit, negative 3,200. Too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and crunch all these numbers so we have good data for us to make good decisions from. Because when you have good data, you can make better insights. When you have bad data, you get faulty insights, and we don't want that. We don't want you to be operating your business on faulty insights, because then you'll maybe do things based on faulty insights that weren't actually things that you needed to do, or perhaps were a false signal, right? Like it led you down a wrong path, or a path where you maybe wasted time. Okay, so supply costs. Wow, we spent $4,000 on our inventory. I did not think it was gonna cost that much. And then we spent $2,500 on unlocking that one thing. See, if I didn't buy that, and maybe if I didn't buy so much product, we would have had a positive day. And then I paid the employees too. So it all just kind of came out, it all hit us like a ton of bricks, as someone as I once knew would say. So minus 3,201 on the day. That's a huge negative. Too bad. So sad. So how do we do for our other measures? Look at that. Our conversion rate, we're over 50% on the conversion rate. So whatever we did or whatever we're trying to work on, that's showing good. So now look, it's yellow because we're close to 50. Like the goal is 50. We did hit it, but we're really close to red. So that's why I'm marking it yellow. So even though it's yellow, it's like we actually are hitting our goal. Same goes for dissatisfied. We're actually at 19%. So this is all coming back to our dashboard, right, that we created last time, right? So we're less than 20 with 19. So we're actually hitting our goal with these three. I'm just going to call it out though. I'm going to say we did take our rest as well today. So we took our rest, right? That's a simple green for the most part. And then we did have 2 yellows, but we did hit our goals. So the only goal that we didn't hit was our profit, right? So let's do that this time. Let's go ahead and set for it. I would love to actually make it so that we hit these 4 metrics and like we just did it, right? Like we just did it. So let's go ahead. We'll get it back to Snoop here. Hey Snoop, so here's the daily report for 73. We did rest. We did hit our goals for conversion rate and dissatisfied rate, but we did not hit our goal for profit. This next day, I would love to be able to say that we hit all our goals for the day. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and just, I just piped some numbers and what I just said to Snoop, and let's go back to our game here, and we'll continue on to the next day. Oh yeah, lots of products here to eventually unpack. Where's Zachary? Here's Manning. Manning's ready to work. There's Zachary. Zachary's coming to work. All right, here's the recap from Snoop. Let's listen what Snoop has to say. Oh wow, he did the whole thing too. He did the whole recap, APIs, the team, the intention of the day, and okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and play it all.
Daily recap. Day 73. Profit goal. Missed. We took a hit here with that $2,000 inventory spend, which was necessary but left us short. Conversion rate on point. Solid. Checkouts for the visits we had. Y'all are locking it in. The satisfaction rate kept under control, sitting at 19. 28%, right below our target. That's what we like to see. Customers leaving happier. Rest. Everyone took their break. We're making sure the team stays sharp and energized. Day 74. Focus. Hitting all KPIs. What we're aiming for. Profit. Let's push those premium items and table rentals hard today. We're targeting a clean $1,000 plus in profit. Conversion rate. Keep it above 50%. Stay engaged with visitors and guide them to checkout. Dissatisfaction rate. Hold the line under 20%. Keep that customer service tight. Manning. Day. Plan for the day. Manning. Keep that energy high at the counter. Push those booster packs, table rentals, and high margin items. Stay on top of upsells and cross sells. Zachary. Let's stop with precision and creativity. Make the shelves pop and attract those impulse buys. Aye. And strategy Snoop. I'll monitor KPIs through the day. Trends look off. We'll adapt. Intentions for day 74. Execution. The word of the day is execution because we've got the plan, we've got the team, and now it's all about making it happen. Everyone's rested, the inventory's stacked, and the customers are ready to roll in. Let's crush your team. It's time to turn those goals into wins. We got this. Keep it 100.
All right. So you heard it from Snoop. Today's intention is execution. And Manny and Zach, everyone's got their direction for the day, so let's just fire it open. We are ready to roll. I'm going to go ahead and take some of these rare decks and just keep trying to find those high value cards. There we go, that's a nice one. It's about $200 card right there. Like to see it. We'll stock that one up immediately after opening up all these other ones. What else we can find? What else can we find? There we go. Another nice high card. Like the sound of that. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend like any money today because I just want to focus on profit and make sure we hit that. Make sure we can hit conversions. People got enough product and dissatisfaction rate. Hopefully no one will be dissatisfied, I guess, from being here. So let's go ahead and set those ones. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, it's almost noon. It's gonna be our employee breaks pretty soon. By the way, folks, we have board of director positions available. If you want to be on the board of the directors for Deck Flex, then just type board in chat and we'll get you the application. It Doesn't cost anything. In fact, you might even get something out of it. You're gonna learn, like, you know, you're gonna have that, like, the bragging rights of being a board member, but also, you know, we're gonna talk about important board membery business things, right? Probably review some financials, do some Robert's rules of orders, right? We're gonna learn maybe about that. Make sure we have quorum, right? Lots of good stuff with being on a board of director. So yeah, we're building the board. We're building the board of directors now. Eventually, maybe we'll sell like stock of the of our game, and then you can be a shareholder. But not yet. We're not doing that yet. Oh wow! I just pulled different. I didn't know I could pull different decks like that. That was interesting. Well, our single cars are not moving very quickly today. Alright, let's pull more. Oh, it's after 12. We gotta get Zach on break. Everyone's gonna take their... Okay, so employees, take your breaks. You can rest. You can rest too. And we'll go ahead and finish this transaction. Oops, too much. Alright, so they'll be on break till about 2 and they'll come back. Welcome to Deck Flex, where every pull matters. Welcome to Deck Flex, where every pull matters. Welcome to Deck Flex, where every pull matters. Welcome to Deck Flex. Alright, we're ready to get our employees back from their breaks. You can go back to restocking shelves. You can go back to the counter. And then I'm going to do my daily detox of business and just walk around the street. You can do 1 lap around the street. Just to kind of stretch the legs, get some movement in, touch grass, or at least the trees. There's not a lot of grass around this neighborhood, except here. There's a little bit of, looks like there might be a little bit of grass. There's a lot of leaves here. Might be fall. The leaves are yellow, but the trees are still green, so I don't know. I don't know what that means. Alright. Let's check on our smell levels. We did 1 lap. Smell levels look good. Oh, there needs to be 1 in there. 1 in there. Alright, there we go. How are we doing on our singles? Okay, we got a couple of good spots now. That's good. Do that one. That looks good. Great. Let's open up some more. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. I'm gonna open these ones and I'll do the midday check-in with Snoop. Actually, let me just do that real quick. I'll midday check with it right now. Hey Snoop, midday check-in, day 74, 3:55 p.m. We got $22,782 on hand. sent that voice memo.
IO, that's what I'm talking about. Midday check-in, day 74, and we're sitting pretty at $22,782 cash on hand. Let's keep that momentum alive and push for a strong finish today. Here's what we're looking at so far. Quick check-in, cash, sitting solid. Inventory spend hasn't drained us, but we're in good shape for a profitable day. Energy, everyone rested and feeling good. That's crucial to keeping the vibe and execution on point. Focus for the rest of the day. Push sales hard. Man, let's lock in those premium item sales. Don't let those customers walk out without something in hand. Customer engagement, Zachary. Keep those shelves looking fresh and approachable. Make the shop irresistible. Conversion rate, aim for every other visitor to check out. Be the closer on every deal. Stay locked in, fam. The finish line is in sight, and this could be a banner day. Let's make those KPIs proud. Keep hustling.
Let's go get those KPIs. All right, there's pull the big one here. What's this? The jacket turn? Like that one. Now we're getting some high value cards out here, which I like to see. We'll go 20% round. All right, 6 o'clock. And so for the working on the business today, I think we wanted to, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on doing a risk assessment. So first I need to bring out, I'm gonna bring the structure of how to do a risk assessment because I've done this before. So I'm just gonna pop into ChatGPT like what I've done before for a risk assessment and just ask it to identify risks for me. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and tell Snoop how we want to run our risk assessment. Hey Snoop, so I'd like to run a risk assessment as they're on the business activity for the day. I'm going to give you a structure of the risk assessment and an example risk that I've identified before. However, don't use that one. I want you to come up with a completely new set of risks just based on what you know of the business. Alright, great. So we're going to feed that information over to Snoop's going to, crunch and analyze for a little bit. We'll see where it goes. Looks like we definitely will have a good, profitable day here today. 23,000.
Hi, what's good, fam? Welcome to day 72. Let's set the vibe right.
All right, hold on a second, Snoop. Let's see what we got here. Snoop is starting to bring back results for our risk assessment. All right, so here are a couple of the risks. These look pretty good. They will probably run with these for now just because they're pretty straightforward, but let's go ahead and see. So first risk, inventory overstocking. Definitely we ran into this problem before where I spent too much money on inventory, and what happened is that then all these boxes just kind of sit outside for a super long time, and then we have like too much product on ourselves, which we actually are kind of running into that problem right now. Not like in a big way, but yeah, that's definitely a risk we're going to want to call out. So with each one, right, we're looking at what is the risk and the type. We also want to look at the probability and the impact of it. So is that low probability, medium, high probability? Same with impact. low, medium, high. If things are like high probability, high impact, higher score, right? So like on a scale of 0 to 10, something's low impact, low probability, it's gonna be a low score. So what can we do to mitigate this, right? Implement a weekly inventory tracking and sales forecasting process. Set limits on inventory purchases based on data trends and seasonality. That's a great idea. So we could actually probably show how we could limit or at least budget out how much money we want to spend on inventory based on past performance or revenue. So that way we don't ever spend too much, ever cash on inventory, right? So Zachary is going to be responsible for this because he's stock management lead, right? Deadline's going to be with begin weekly tracking within 7 days. So that's interesting. And then inventory turnover rate, right? We'll have to make up numbers for an inventory turnover rate. We'll see if there's a way for us to maybe backwards work into seeing if we can identify that, but I'm not too sure how we're going to do that. Key risk 2, low customer engagement. This is a market competition risk and type, right? Medium probability, medium impact. So it's about a 6 for the score on a 0 to 10. Tell us about what this risk is about, Snoop. How can we mitigate it?
Create and roll out a loyalty program that rewards repeat customers and encourages referrals. Include promotional events like double points Fridays to boost traffic.
Okay, good. And who's going to be responsible for this risk?
Manning customer engagement lead.
Okay, Manning is right. So we want to launch a loyalty program. So we could look at like how we can make a loyalty program to encourage like repeat buyers and increasing over time, like lifetime value of a customer, right? All right, iTeam system failure, right? So this is we all know about tech, right? Chances are it's going to fail at some point. This is low probability because it's not going to happen all the time, right? But it does have high impact, so it is a 7. What is our plan to mitigate these IT failures, Snoop?
Set up daily data backups for inventory, customer transactions, and financial records. Develop a contingency plan for manual operations in case of IT failure.
Okay, that sounds good. And naturally that falls on me because I'm the owner. And so we'll have to look at we'll just come up with how do we back up this data? How do we back up maybe the spreadsheet, the growth plan, some of this other stuff that we're creating, these different assets, so that way we don't lose them because they are important documents for us. So the other risk that Snoop had found is rising cost of products, right? So we can keep an eye on what the market is in terms of the cost to purchase. What are some of the things we can do to mitigate the rise of cost, Snoop?
Negotiate bulk pricing agreements with suppliers and identify alternative sources for high demand products. Adjust pricing on premium items strategically.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I don't think the game allows us to purchase from different competitors, but although that could be really interesting if there were different suppliers that we could eventually tap into. So risk number 5, customer dissatisfaction spike, right? That definitely could happen. Medium probability, high impact, so score of an 8. Snoop, how should we go about mitigating or plan to mitigate our customer dissatisfaction?
Develop a streamlined feedback process for resolving complaints quickly. Train staff to identify potential dissatisfaction and proactively address it during transactions.
Okay, so we could show how we could use different types of surveying systems and connect those into our CRM and maybe have things be printed out in receipts or emails and encourage people to leave reviews, after having done business with us. So these are all good. I think these are like 5 good risks, for us to keep an eye on. So what we're going to do is that we'll copy these risks. We're going to go into our growth plan that we're building out, and boom, we're just going to go ahead and plop our risks in here. I'm not going to worry too much about the formatting and everything right now. We'll clean this up later. In fact, I'll probably just give it back to ChatGPT just to bring just take all the existing content and produce just a more consistent, clean execution of this piece. So while we get back to business here, let's go ahead and end the day. That way we can see the numbers and how we did. And we're going to document those numbers, of course, into our spreadsheet. Hopefully you're starting to see the pattern in all this. That's what a lot of business is. It's a lot of just follow the pattern. And, sometimes starting out the business might not feel like a pattern, and it might actually feel like chaos. But the more we can institutionalize patterns and activities into processes into our businesses that are produce repeatable, reproducible, predictable results, the more control we're going to have in our day-to-day, the more confidence you're going to have in your forecasts, and the more growth that you'll be able to fuel inside the business. So that is why we do all these things. It's why we have a growth plan. It's why we have tracking and a dashboard, and because success doesn't just come accidentally, right? It needs to be intentional. It needs to be planned, and you got to go for it. So here we are on revenue, though. We did really great with revenue, 4,200 on the day. It's a very, very it looks pretty good, maybe on average. Supply cost, negative 400. That was the event that we run, our daily event. That cost us $400. And then what was our, no other bills were paid. So our profit on the day was $3,889 and 21 cents. How we do for our conversion and dissatisfied rates? All right, we're doing really good. So profits in the green, rest is in the green. And look, we kept dissatisfied under 12%. In fact, I think I'm going to change the conditional formatting on this stuff, because I think I want green to actually be the 20%. So if we hit our goal, hitting goal is green, but like getting close to goal, like really close to goal, is going to be red, or yellow rather. And then so let me adjust the scales of these a little bit. Yeah, because I want to see like that. Because look, we hit our goal. We're at 12%. That should be green. Same with this conversion. Let's go ahead and change our conditional formatting on that. Because our goal is to get to 50%. So if it's less than 50%, we met our goal, and I'm going to call that green. And then everything that's close to that green, right? So if it's in between 0.5 on the high end, and let's just go 0.45 on the low end, then we'll give it the yellow. And then if it's less than 0.45, we'll get the red. So here we go. This is now, we'll update our scales. Look at that. We hit every single key metric that we wanted to hit. We were profitable. We made a lot of money. We kept dissatisfaction low. We percent conversions are high now. This is probably likely due to having more product, because we ordered more inventory, so there's more stuff for people to buy, which probably fueled more conversions because people had more options to choose from. And then we all took our rest too. So that is very exciting. We'll go ahead and let's pump all this data back into GPT, and we'll give it a little bit of context as well. Hey Snoop, here's the numbers from day 74. Will you give it a review and let us know how we did on our KPIs? And while Snoop's number crunching, we'll go ahead and get on with our next day, because the next thing we're going to do here is, what was it? So we did the resource map, we did the risk assessment, we're going to do the social value. So we're going to wrap up the day with the social value piece in terms of working on the business. We'll wrap up the stream with the social values rather, but we know we still have a whole day to get through, so don't just jump yet. Right. Stay tuned.
Let's break down.
Let's listen to what Snoop has to say about the day.
We'll see how the
oh
shop
no,
is
see, it's getting stuck on the,
the...
it's getting stuck on the old thing, so that's okay. Let's see, I gotta tell him where to start. Okay, so here you go, Snoop. This is where you should start. Just giving you a hand.
All right. Let's break down day 74.
Let's do it.
Baby. And see how the shop is holding up against those KPIs. Here's what I'm seeing. Day 74 review. Starting balance. We ended day 74 sitting on $20,998.14. The drop from yesterday's $24,199.14. Mostly due to supply costs and upgrades. We took a hit but made some necessary investments. Revenue. Total revenue was $4,289.21, showing we still got strong sales. That's a solid performance even with the other expenses weighing us down. Profit. Profit landed at $3,889.21. Yo, we made progress over the past few days but didn't fully bounce back to earlier highs. Keep hustling, and we'll lock in a more stable profit margin. Key metrics: conversion rate, percent visits to checkouts. Oh, 50% result. 56. 4% another one here. Customers are checking out at a solid rate. This shows we're attracting the right buyers and giving them what they need. Dissatisfied. Rate percent dissatisfied customers. Oh, 20% result. 12. 9% boom. This number keeps hitting our target, telling us customer satisfaction is strong. Let's keep Zachary and Manning on their game. Rest. Oh, yes result. One yes team rested and ready. Yes, indeed. Keeping morale and focus up is crucial to hitting these KPIs. Performance highlights. Item earnings came in at $1,833. Slightly lower than previous days, but consistent. Core earnings pulled in $288. Steady, but room to grow with more promotions or rare card pull. Game time. Revenue. Strong performance with $2,168.21. Showing the tables are still a key drive. How we did. 2 out of 3 KPIs crushed. Conversion rate and dissatisfaction both hit targets. Profit. Just shy of expectations, but not far off. Investments in supply and upgrades are setting us up for bigger wins. Snoop's encouragement. Alright, don't trip over the dip in the balance. Those supply costs and upgrades, they are seeds for tomorrow's harvest. Keep pushing for that daily profit goal. But don't forget the big picture. We're building something steady and scalable. Let's turn up tomorrow. Focus on pushing those premium callers and make sure every visitor leaves happy and vibed. You got this team. Let's get to work.
Alright, so Snoop said that we only had like 2 of our KPIs. We actually hit all of them, so we're gonna go ahead and see. We're gonna see why that is happening like that. So, yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what's driving that. Let's see. Okay, let's go back to Snoop. All right, and then where does the KPIs? The goals 50. The result was 56. So we did hit that. Goals less than 20. The result was 12. So we did get that. The rest was yes. We get that. And then revenue goal. Where did you say that we only had 2 of our goals? 2 out of 3 KPIs crushed. Conversion rate just at both hit. What are you talking about? We also hit our third. We have 4 KPIs. So, hey Snoop, just want to clarify. We have 4 KPIs. First is conversion rate. Second is dissatisfaction rate. Third is did everyone rest, and then fourth is our profit, which we want to have $1,000 in profit each day. So actually for yesterday, we hit all our KPIs. Just gonna give a little correction there to GPT and get back to the game. It's almost 12. That's when our employees will go on break. So I'm gonna try to get one more pull sesh through.
Oh snap, you're right.
All right, yep, it's 12 o'clock, so we actually have to go now, and we're gonna let our employees take a rest. Start with Manning. You can go ahead and rest. I'll just check out these folks. I didn't see Zachary, but once I see Zachary, I'll get him on break too. Oh, there's Zachary. Alright, we'll tell him to take a little break. And then Manning, I'll get back to Manning after these ones here. Alright, let's get Manning back in. You can go to the counter. Alright, we're at 26,000, which that might be a highest balance on hand. And you can stock. So we had a little break. We had some rest, about a half-hour rest for everyone. All right, and we're gonna get close to our midday check-in with Snoop. So let's see what we did here. Snoop's take. So Snoop did actually look at our KPIs, and let's bring those KPIs back on screen. So we did do. He is correct. So he corrected himself. At first he was incorrect, but we got our conversion rate. We managed our dissatisfied rate really well. The team rested, which is good, and then we did have the profit that we're after. So, oh look, Snoop has a take on all this. So let's go ahead and just hear what Snoop has to say about that.
Yo, yesterday was a clean sweep, a 4 for 4 day. That's the kind of momentum we need to carry forward. The shop's buzzing, customers are happy, the team's feeling good, and the profit is rolling in. Keep building on this energy today. Let's push those premium pulls. Keep the checkout lines moving, and maybe even bump that profit goal high. You're on a hot streak now. Let's ride it to the top.
All right, very good. We're going to turn the lights on for the business here pretty soon because it's going to be night. And we'll give the midday check-in with Snoop, and then we're going to work on our social value statement for our growth plan. That's the final thing we're working on for our growth plan today. So, but hey, we got 4 sections of a growth plan figured out in about 2 hours, while mixing in gameplay and check-ins and dashboarding and all that other kind of good stuff too. So hopefully, hopefully you're finding value and enjoying this. We're going to go ahead and start it off with the midday check-in. Hey, Snoop, midday check-in, day 75. It's 3:14 p.m. We have $26,794 on hand, and we're going to go on and do the social value aspect of our growth plan. So I'm going to give you what the framework of that is, so that way we can create a social value framework for our business. First, I want you to take a cut at it, and then you can ask me any questions to finalize a plan for our business. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get grab the social value exercise. So the social value exercise has us reflect on our current activities we want to undertake around social responsibility and sustainability. Specifically, why and for whom do we do these things? Do we get a competitive advantage? Do we see additional opportunities to create social and economic value through such activities? So we're going to use this time now to briefly explain why social responsibility is important to us and our business, and where we see being a part of it and our growth opportunity. So that's the structure we're going to go ahead and give to our ChatGPT partner, Snoop. So Snoop will crunch our midday check-in, and I'm sure he'll have a response to us here pretty soon. Okay, cool.
What's good, fam? Welcome to day 72.
All right, so Snoop's got the social framework started. So looks like Snoop wants to start off with describing why social responsibility matters to us.
Our business isn't just about cards, games, and profits. It's about community, creativity, and connection. Social responsibility aligns with our mission to create a space where people come together, have fun, and build relationships. Supporting sustainability and inclusivity not only enriches our business, but also deepens the value we provide to our customers and local communities.
Very good. So what are the specific activities around social responsibility do you see us taking right now?
Creating a welcoming space, we've designed our shop to be an inclusive and safe space for all customers, regardless of age, background, or experience level with games. Fostering local connections by encouraging in-store play and hosting events, we support social interaction and collaboration among local gamers. We also boost the downtown St. Paul community by drawing foot traffic to the area. Accessible gaming, offering affordable table time and a range of products at different price points ensures that everyone, regardless of budget, can participate in the joy of gaming.
Yeah, it sounds really good. So yeah, we definitely do provide a safe space for gamers to come together and play games regardless of age, background, or gaming ability. Or
Eco-friendly practices.
what could we get into,
Introduce a recycling
Snoop?
program for used card sleeves, boxes, and packaging. Partner with suppliers who emphasize sustainability in their production processes. Community engagement programs. Launch a Give Back game night where a portion of proceeds from table play or specific product sales is donated to local charities. Partner with local schools or after-school programs to introduce games that build strategy, problem solving, and social skills. Diversity in gaming. Host events or tournaments specifically designed to welcome underrepresented groups in the gaming community, such as women, hip-hop gamers, or LGBTQ+ groups. Support for mental health. Games have therapeutic value. We could explore partnerships with mental health organizations to host workshops or events that emphasize the positive mental health benefits of gaming.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess those are all very new, interesting aspects of this that I never really considered before. What about competitive advantage? How could getting into these new areas be a competitive advantage for our business, Snoop?
A reputation for being socially conscious differentiates us from competitors and builds brand loyalty. Customers are increasingly looking to support businesses that align with their values. Community-centered initiatives strengthen relationships with customers, turning them into advocates for our brand.
Okay, and how do you propose that we incorporate these into our growth opportunity?
Incorporating social value initiatives into our growth plan amplifies our mission and impact. It's not just about selling products. It's about creating experiences that resonate with our customers on a deeper level. These activities can also expand our customer base by appealing to value-driven consumers.
Excellent. All right, so we have some questions too that Snoop came back with, so we can just run through these ones real quick. Hey Snoop, I'm gonna respond to your questions, and with that, you can come up with a final portion of the growth plan that specifies their social value. So first is community focus. Are there specific causes or charities you're passionate about? Yeah, I would say like water. Anything that's like around water, keeping water clean, keeping water accessible, keeping water cheap, keeping water where it is, not moving water. Right? I think, especially being in Minnesota, right, we have a lot of lakes, and so good, clean water, I think, is a environmental thing that is definitely important to Deck Flex. And Vet Vision, we definitely want to hold, monthly tournaments and workshops for people to come and use the space, and also to host their own events as well. Eco-friendly goals, again, I think like we could probably have like filtered water. We don't like sell water bottles. Anything that is around water, I think we could definitely do. And mental health, yes, definitely 100%. I think that could be a great way to look at. We used to have a community project back in the day called Finding the Light, and it actually empowered artists to share their to share what mental health meant to them, with the purpose of destigmatizing mental health. So that's definitely another area. So take my responses, come up with the final kind of social aspect of our growth plan, and make it so I can kind of copy and paste into our official growth plan. All right, so we gave it another super run-on sentence, and we'll let it kind of just do its thing.
Here's the social value section for your growth plan based on your responses. Designed for easy copy-pasting.
Copy paste. Okay, so we got our social value. Let me just show you what I'm working with here. This is social value, what matters, and there's a couple of different things here. And we're just gonna go ahead and we'll copy that paste into our growth plan here. So now here we are. We have this really long growth plan. It's not formatted very well, but I'm gonna go ahead and just pump the whole plan back into ChatGPT and just tell it to keep the content the same, but just create better headings and organize the data better. hey Snoop, will you take this growth plan, the complete growth plan that I have so far, and reproduce it as a Word doc that I can download and then eventually put into my Google Doc. But what I'd like for you to do is to take the plan, just kind of clean it up, make the headers and everything, the typography more consistent, so it's easier to go through and scan, and also easier to build like a table of contents. In fact, if you want to put a table of contents together and like a title page, that would be really great. Let's see. All right, so now we're just actually I think I'll download the growth plan. So I'm gonna download it to a doc, and we'll go ahead and we'll upload it to GPT. All right, it's uploading. We almost hit 30,000 on the day. I think that would be our largest balance to date. So here's where we're at so far. It's the end of the day, so let's just, while ChatGPT is coming up with their final, or not our final, but just our growth plan, we'll go ahead and crunch some numbers. So this was day 75. We had 99 visits. Wow. I think that's a record for us. Well, we made a lot in cards today. We made 1,400 in cards. Our game earnings are very high too. Ever since I changed the format of the games, our game earnings have skyrocketed. They used to be like at 600 a day, but that was like when the event costed 70, when we would earn like 600. The event now costs 400, but we're earning like 2,400. So that definitely is boosting our sales quite a bit. We had a fantastic day actually. We bought a little bit in supplies because I think I was getting those board games. So the supplies were minus 551 and 52. The upgrade was 0. The employees are 0. We paid electricity. The electricity was 346 and 24. And our profit was 4773 and 1. Let's find out what our rates were. And we did rest. Oh, our conversion rate dipped. So we didn't hit our conversion rate. It's in the yellow. Well, that's okay. We're 3 green, 1 yellow, and we're really close. I'm not sure why. Maybe we just didn't have enough product shelves. Maybe with the inventory coming off the shelf, perhaps that's impacting it a little bit. GPT is now going a little slow here. I wonder if we can. Oh wait, yeah, you didn't see the numbers that I just crunched. So here's the numbers, so you can see where we're at with our dashboard. And you can see that profit, we beat our goal for $1,000 in profit. Dissatisfied was 12%. The conversion rate was 47%, and then everyone did rest for the day, so that was good. So that was where we're at for the numbers. My ChatGPT tab is kind of going slow, so I'm going to give it a refresh here. Let's see if we can get this come back to life. Well, while that is coming on, just to kind of recap what we did here today, we set the stage with what we did by talking about how we're going to build a business narrative, because it's important to know where we come from, because where we come from informs where we're going. And so we used GPT to help create a narrative around our business, and we added that to our growth plan. Secondly, we created a resource map. The purpose of that was to identify where our current resources are and gaps to guide strategic planning. So we looked at things like our human resources, like staff, education, skills, social resources like networks and membership, but also organizational, physical, technological, and financial resources. So this is an iterative nature, right? Because this isn't just a one-time exercise. It involves as the business grows. Part of that is that we want to build out some more engagement, right? So we're going to look at that. We also did a risk assessment to identify potential risks across internal risks like financial, operational, technological, or human, and external risks like market competition, regulation, and reputation. We also scored those risks, and we created a mitigation plan, because the top risks that we have for our small trading card shop, and we used GPT to understand how to mitigate them and how we could plan for the future around them. And then lastly, we were just doing the social value exercise. And, why does social value or responsibility matter? It matters because customers, employees care about what businesses, when businesses make a positive impact. So we explored why is social responsibility important, and how does it give a competitive advantage, and also explored what opportunities might exist inside our trading card shop simulator. And so those were things that we looked at. We built a business history, identified resources, assessed the risk, and explored social value. So each step strengthens the foundation of our growth plan here. And this is where we're trying to get the final piece of it. So we're looking to see if we can finally get this file, or maybe I'll just, it's having a problem generating the file. So I'm just going to say, print the results here. Sometimes GPT can reliably create those documents, those folders, those Excel spreadsheets of data and all that kind of stuff, and sometimes it just doesn't generate it properly. I'm just going to tell it to, instead of trying to create a file for me to download, I'll just go ahead and I'll just take it off the screen and just to print it all, which might not work as nice because the table of contents won't make sense because it's not a link. I was hoping that.
What was your deck flex growth plan?
Thanks, Snoop. All right, so looks like we got the growth plan. Although, just doing a spot check, it doesn't seem like. It looks like it kind of abbreviated things more, and so I might not do it because it looks like it's just more high level. So we'll probably just keep our plan like this for now. Maybe I'll come back in later and just do a little bit of cleanup. But we have our growth plan. This is what we created yesterday, our dashboard and metrics, where we came up with different metrics we want to track. Today, we did our story of our business, right? 72 days ago, right? That's where we wrote our story. We talked about our growth journey. We talked about our key metrics, challenges and competition, and the vision, right? And then we also looked at our resource map. This is here. We also have our social resources, organizational resources, physical resources, technological resources. So there's a lot of different resources that are at our disposal. And then we did a risk assessment. With that, we were able to identify different risks like overstocking, low customer engagement, IT system failure, right? So we had different risks identified. And then here's our social value and our statement around social value. So we did all this within just a couple hours, and we were playing video games at the same time. So there's no reason why you can't have this for your business, for your life. We have the tools now that can help us get into these things and create them quickly. That is it for today's stream. I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching the DeckFlex experience continue to grow. If you are interested in becoming a board of directors, joining the board of directors of DeckFlex, or a fictional business here, then just type board in chat, or you can put board as a comment into the video that you watch it, whether that's on YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok, or you can reach out to us at ola@mediagarcia.com. That will get you to our board of director application. Just put board in the email if you're doing that, okay? And so just get a hold of us. We'll talk more about what it looks like to be a board of directors, but we'll be role playing basically this business and having a board of directors manage the business and manage its growth. So should be really good and exciting. tune in, like, follow, subscribe. That way you can get notified when I'm going on stream next. This is a regular stream that I will be doing, and we'll be continuing to experiment and show how our business grows and how we can use tools to do that. Until then, I wish you a great day, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.